The TTT Road to WrestleMania Rosa.
Guess what I have to review today? Yep, you probably saw the thumbnail. Which is the WrestleMania exclusive elites, and you're probably saying, that's the Target Hall of Champions elite. And yes, I know that, but it's Batista from a WrestleMania, so I kind of felt like it fit better in this set. And honestly, if I had to review someone other than Brutus the Barber the Beefcake, it would be Dave the Beast Batista. So here are the four in the Tommy set. It's John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. Now, the cool thing about this Randy Orton figure is that it's yet again Mattel giving us a printed on face using face printing technology. So I'm going to be very interested to look at that figure. But let's kick it off with everyone's favorite, Randy Orton, which I just talked about, because this is the one I'm most excited to talk about. I love when Mattel actually makes advances in figure creating technology. Also, another thing I like about this set is that it doesn't have the build a diorama or whatever. I don't know why. I just really don't like them anymore. Even though they're pictures of the wrestlers, it's cardboard pieces that I don't need around my apartment. So here's Randy Orton. The vest he is wearing is not as accurate as I would like it to be to what he actually wore at the show. It wasn't like a hoodie with the little strings and stuff, and this wasn't bright white on the back there, but it's good enough. Like, it's acceptable. It's a nice attempt to create something that looks like what he wore, but it's not exactly what I would like. There was a lot of cool sculpting that I would have liked to seen on that vest that he had at WrestleMania, but this is not it. This is something that looks kind of like it. This is like what a cosplayer would wear if they wanted to get that look. So take the vest off and let's check out the attire underneath. And this is like Ruby Riott-esque style typeface, maybe a little AJ Lee or something, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It says Orton, which spells Orton, because that's his name, Randy Orton. And now let's check out the face, the part I'm sure everyone wants to see, and everyone's already reviewed these figures. I'm probably last in the line, but still, I'm gonna talk about it right here. I'm gonna say I'm not the most sold on Mattel's face printing technology, yet I have some Hasbro figures that look much better than this, and I have some Japanese imports that look like 50 million times better than this, but something about it strikes me as odd. You can see it's definitely Randy Orton from some angles, but then you just get this hair, and you can tell it's not the screen, it's not the printing technology, so it doesn't look as crisp or as detailed as what's going on in here. And then, like, if you're going to be printing faces on these wrestlers, why only do a couple here and there? You're either all in or all out. Like, you got your Braun Strowmans that I think looks quite serviceable without the face printing technology, but you put them right next to this Randy Orton and you can definitely tell there's something different going on there. And there's certainly some figures that I think could really use the face printing technology. All right, but yes, this is a Randy Orton figure. It's an elite. It's pretty basic. I think the reason most people want this figure, though, is for the face printing technology. And hey, Mattel, if you're watching this, my recommendation to you is go all out with the face printing. Just do it. Just get it done with. Do it for everyone. Then our figures will look much better. And hey, maybe some people will go out and buy second versions of figures so we can get these better faces, like upgrades, you know what I'm saying? All right. And he also comes with this WWE Championship, but in this day and age, this is like a dime a dozen. Like, so many figures come with these. It's crazy. I remember when these were so hard to get. All right, let's go on to the Dave Batista. This is a Target exclusive Hall of Champions. He was the only figure I was interested in reviewing. I considered doing Undertaker, but I decided against it to do David Batista instead. So I'm just going to open this up. Oop, I ripped it a little bit. I found this at my local Target because it's a Target exclusive figure. That is the only place you will pick it up. And I think one of the nicest things about this set is the backdrop it comes with. I know I literally just said I hate backdrops, but give me a little leeway, guys. This is a nicer backdrop than... All right, I'm going against what I just said. So basically, you can't trust me with these reviews, so I'll just shut up and show you the figure. So this is David Batista, and unlike Randy Orton, I'm seeing a lot of things I like here. I think the face works well. It'll mix and match with your older figures, and they're his red Tista, and they captured it perfectly. I love these tights, how goofy that caricature, that's a word that I can't pronounce with a piece of gum in my mouth. I love the caricature of Batista there on the back and his tattoo and everything about it. This is one of those figures that it's like they really nailed the accuracy of what he looked like during that match. If I could nitpick though for a second, I would have brought his sideburns just a little farther down, I think, but that's really nitpicking and like trying to find something to critique. But I think that this is a really great flashback Batista figure as it stands. You have him with open hands so he can do a Batista bomb, grab around people and stuff like that. So that's nice to see, especially with that meme that people always talk about, like Batista bombing someone's girlfriend or something. And in that meme, it's just a suplex, not a Batista bomb. I don't know what's going on there, but he has his tattoos. It's all nice. I might get a tattoo like that someday in honor of David. And he comes with a championship that I love seeing this back in the fray. This is a championship that I haven't seen for a while. The big gold World Heavyweight Championship belt. Hey, WWE, you should bring this back. But unfortunately, I'm seeing some marks on mine. Right above the world, you can see some black marks on there, which is always upsetting. As I rotate it, you can definitely see a lot more. So the worst part, though, is that he comes with the You Just Made the List pen, which is like comedy-esque, oversized level of being a pen. Like, no one uses a pen this thick. That's like a really thick marker, but he can hold it in his hand. So I guess that's where it works out. And I will admit that him holding it in his hand looks a lot better than it out of his hand. And he comes with a contract so he can sign it and then wrestle against Triple H. And as you see there, I broke it. But that's why it's nice, because it is a folder, and this is like a really cool accessory right there, a contract signing. So this is playability function up 101, and if you guys know how to read, because reading is for the cool kids, that's what it says on the inside. If heel camera will ever focus, there you go. And look at that old logo, I love it. And then on the front, it is the new logo. That's a pretty botched job. I don't like that one bit. Like, how stupid can you be? Putting the new logo on it and then the old logo on the inside? What? Mattel, come on. What is your issue here? But yeah, that's Batista. I really enjoy this figure. Tommy recommended, okay? Now let's go to Keith Owens, aka Kevin Owens, as you marks know him. I knew him back in his days when he would wrestle Prince Nevitt in the bingo halls as Keith Steen, and it was awesome. So he comes with a championship title, which is the United States Championship. So if you guys haven't picked up a United States Championship yet, this is your opportunity to do so, because it's right here with Kevin Owens. And again, accuracy, this is relatively accurate. I'd say the KO, it looks as it did. He has his tats, he has his belly, he has his KO2 Mania shirt, and on the back it says KO. But the one, if I can nitpick just a teeny tiny bit, like being a real jerk about it, that everyone says, Tommy, you're too critical, stop complaining. This is gonna be like super. This fight is outlined in yellow. The yellow is too thin. I know, guys. I'm just trying to find something to critique. Okay, you're watching a review. new. I don't want to be like, this is the best thing ever. I don't want to be like one of those YouTubers that gloss over everything. I'd rather do the opposite and remove the sheen to all these figures. Also, I'm getting some like loosiness, but I don't think that's really an issue right here. But pretty much what you see is what you get with this guy. You guys know the articulation of these figures, so I don't even need to go over that. But this is KO. It's Mattel. I would have actually liked to have seen this figure with the face paint. Bummer they didn't do that. Face print, not face paint, but face printing technology. That would have been real cool. But this is Kevin Owens, and it's like run-of-the-mill Kevin Owens, but it's one of his cooler attires because he doesn't really change much. But I could see us getting like a much cooler Kevin Owens, like a United States Kevin Owens or something, post WrestleMania, United States Kevin Owens. But for now, this is a pretty good figure. Like if you really wanted it, I'm not going to halt you from picking it up. And then the last figure from the set, a major bummer. It is John Cena. Why is this a major bummer? Because like everyone came with championship titles except this guy. Plus he has this head scan that they've been using for like literally day one, I think, almost. Not really, but this is the John Cena head scan they've always used. Once upon a time, I said that this is the best defining John Cena head scan. But yo, if you got face printing technology, why couldn't they just print John Cena's face on there? So it's a little bit older John Cena face than we have at this time, but that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that he's doing like a Flip Gordon. I'm just kidding. This is not a Flip Gordon cosplay. He's actually a really nice figure with included t-shirt. I have always said, yo, if you release a John Cena figure, needs to come with a shirt. So am I going to be a jerk if I say I might have preferred him to come with the John Cena spinner title? I don't know, guys, because he came out with it. He won. He retained against Shawn Michaels from that WrestleMania match. So I'll leave that one up to you guys instead of saying what I think. But here he is with his shirt on. I think it looks awesome with his shirt. This looks like every other John Cena we've ever seen, but it works well. Also, I think he had some pockets there. So maybe this isn't as accurate as I remembered. So, I don't know, man. And look at, his foot is going to fall off, I think. Yeah, this foot is really loose on mine. I don't think it's going to fall off, but that's just on mine, though. I don't think it's going to be on yours. But yeah, it's like, see that? It's going to fall off. So that's not cool. That's not cool at all. So there you go. It's John Cena wearing a hat. It's like every John Cena figure, except it's old school. It live fast, fight hard. Kind of fun shirt, kind of fun time period for Cena. But the thing that would have really spiced it up would be the John Cena title. So there you go, guys. I reviewed 4 figures from you. It's quite a rarity for me to actually review figures, but I figured it would be fun too in honor of the biggest show ever in the world. So out of these 4, which you think was the coolest? Which one would you pick up if you had unlimited funds to pick up only one figure? Because I'd probably recommend you pick up the Batista or the Randy Orton, even though I didn't say it was the best face printing technology. It's one of those things where I bet Mattel are going to push this as the future of the figure. So you better get on board before the ship sails and you miss out on getting this Randy. But then again, every other Randy Orton will be like this. So I don't know. We're in a really weird phase of WWE wrestling figures because you know that this is the future, but for some reason they're still releasing figures without this technology. So it's like, should we keep collecting the old style faces or should we only collect the new ones and leave the old style versions on the shelves? Let me know in the comments because that's actually a really cool discussion to have.